Good morning, my dear children and parents. My dear children, welcome to Class 8 of Indus Valley Public School, Rat. And in our previous video, we have discussed about a poem, Geography Lesson, composed by Zulfikar Ghose. In this poem, we have studied about the poem, about the geography, about the logics of geography, and through various height. And we have seen that a poet is traveling in a plane, and in that plane he saw the earth, the ground from various height, and the certain things came to his mind at different level. First one at 6 inch, at a mile, then 10,000, then it comes for 10,000, and then it comes for 6 miles. But in that he understood about various concepts, why the things are looking so haphazard, why the lessly populated people are there, why densely populated things are there, why rivers, what is the concept behind the rivers and valleys. But still one question was unanswered to him, that was, when the Creator itself made this earth as one, then why the people here making discrimination, why they are dividing the things, why they are building the borders and having hatred for each other and wants to kill each other. So he did not get the answer for this question. Okay, so this is what there in the poem that we discussed in the earlier video. Now in this video I'll be providing you with the summary as well as with the question answers of the poem. Here some your textual questions will be there and 3 extra questions that I have given you. Okay, so coming with the question answer summary of the poem, first I'll give you the introduction of the poem. So it's already been discussed in the previous videos, but I am going to give you in the written form now. The poem Geography Lesson is composed by Zulfikar Ghose, a famous poet and novelist who was born in India before independence, but after independence he migrated to Pakistan and now he is settled in the USA. The Geography Lesson is a 24-lined poem that does not have any rhyme scheme. In the poem, the poet talks about 3 important things. First, how everything looks from the sky. Second, how civilization was established and the reason behind the unorganized settlement. And third, his question to himself, why people hate each other. Okay, so everything is clear. I do not think I have to explain these lines. Okay, so now coming to the summary of the poem. The lyric is about the manner. So your lyric is used for poem in which earth looks from changed elevation. Changed elevation means different height. Elevation is a mathematical term generally used in trigonometry or somewhere. So elevation is different height. In this isolated 3 sections, so it has 3 different sections. At the point when the flyer takes off and begins to scale in the sky, you can have full stature. Stature means appearance, physique. Okay, perspective on the city. So full appearance of the city. When you are flying in a plane, then you can easily view the ground structure. You can view the city from the top. So it is described that the city developed according to its need and did not develop according to legitimate arrangement. So it means the city, the formation of the city is depending upon the need of that particular place. It's not a lawful arrangement. Okay, it's not like some laws are there, we have to make this city here, that city here, and it should be in that particular dimension. No, So here everything is according to the need what the poet had observed. It doesn't have a specific style. It even looked six creeps from a specific stature, uncovering its actual structure. So your land will not be covered, okay, your cities will not be covered, and it is telling about the different kind of views from different kind of location. It can be 6 miles, it can be 6 inches, it can be from 10,000 miles. So at the height where the plane will be, you will be seeing different kind of arrangement, different kind postures of the land. Okay, so now coming here, creep from a specific structure, uncovering its actual structure. At the point when the fly trips higher up to the ground, 10,000 feet, he could capture the way that urban has developed. Water asset. Water satisfied the necessity like agribusiness, transport business, and others. He found that valleys were populated, which made the necessity of the individual. So necessity of the individual is land as well as the water. So according to the according to the need, the people used to settle. So according to the availability of the land and water, the density population will depend. The population of that particular area will depend. Okay, so your land, why land is said, land is used for agriculture, it is used for your survival, it is used for your staying, it is used for businesses, transport, and many other things. Similarly, water is also important lifeline of a human being. Why? Because it is used for drinking, cooking, taking bath, many cleaning things are done by this water. Too many things. Water is used for irrigation also. So everything is required. Okay. So lifeline of a human being that causes the difference in civilization, difference in the population, is because of logic of geography, that is land and water. Arrange up this availability of land and water. Got the thing? Now, at the point when the stream wends over 6 miles, there is more water than land on earth. Now he observed at the 6 miles that he found that water is more on earth. While valuing the land comforts of our planet, the artist cannot comprehend, that means realize, and propensity, that means tendency to assemble outskirts, to raise dividers, to make walls. At that point, he mirrored those individuals on earth, egotistical, self-centered, okay, and they abhor, that means hate one another. He saw the earth as one. However, not the individual living on this planet who are isolated, that means cut off, for a shallow, that means petty or low reason. Okay, this is the summary. Now coming to the textual question answer of your poem. The first question from your text. Find 3 or 4 phrases in stanza 1 and 2 which are likely to occur in geography lesson. So here geography lesson may you have to point out the phrases or the words that should be present in your geography book textbook. Seeing its scale 6 inches to the miles. Why the country had cities where river ran? Why the villages were populated? Land and water attracted men. Okay, this is there. Question number 2. Seen from the window of an aeroplane, the city appears. So, a half facade on ground. Everything was messed up. Which of the following statements are example of the logic of geography? There are cities where there are river. It is easy to understand why river are populated, so why valley are populated. The earth is round and it has more than sea and land. So these are the examples for logic of geography. Now here mention two things that are clear from that height. So you have to tell what two things are clear from that height. So it is clear from the height why cities are near the river, why the valleys are populated. Okay, these two things are clear because of logic of geography. Question number B of this, not clear from that height, the human being and causes to hate among beings. It is not clear from the height why men build wall across city and why they hate each other. So why the creation of boundaries are there and why the man hates each other, these two things is not cleared from that particular height. Now this is extra question that I gave you. So question number 5, briefly state the reason of geography delivered through the poem geography lesson. So what made poet to write the poem? This is what the basic concept behind this answer. Coming to the answer, the geography or the poem geography lesson by Zulfikar Ghose is divided into three parts. 3 heights a jet plane traveled to study about the earth. On reaching each stage, soaring higher and higher, the expert in the plane learned new facts about the earth's past, but only one question remained unanswered. Now, we can take into consideration 3 stages from where the plane made observation and find the answer to the question that the traveler asked. At the very first stage, meaning at the moment the jet just took off, the passengers in the jet learned about one thing for certain, that is, the development the humans have made out of inevitability, that is uncertainty, that is for sure. In fact, the cities of the past were never planned as they are these days. Okay, that means whatever the formation of the cities are, it's not planned, whatever we are seeing at present. Okay, जो भी पहले का बना हुआ सिटी है जो हम आज देख रहे हैं उसका कोई प्लानिंग नहीं था कैसे बनाना है वैसे बनाना है. It is made all of as a natural gift. In fact, the cities of the past were never planned as they are these days. Cities have emerged at certain places where people live together around a river for food and safety, which is the main cause of the cities. Have a thought look. In the second stage, when the jet was above 10,000 feet, could notice that the earth cities were found located on the bank of the river and a little above the river level on valley. The availability of water helped from drinking to irrigation. This was the prime reason why civilization flocked around rivers. But at the last stage, when the jet was above 6 miles, could found some reasons for some but at the last stage when the jet was over 6 miles, could found some lessons of geography along with inherent human selfishness. When the jet was 6 miles above, it was difficult to learn why people hate each other, why they build walls across cities, and why they kill other people. Here, only the poet is trying to bring out the fact that human beings have achieved a lot of knowledge about the earth and beyond. We have learned much about the earth, its shape, the emergence of cities and nations, but we have failed to learn how to love others and live peacefully on this wonderful planet. These are the lessons on the geography together with the human narrow-mindedness and all other human voice and necessity of living have been expressed through the poem Geography Lessons by Zulfikar Ghose. Okay children, I hope you will be able to understand this answer. If any doubt, please do call me up. I'll explain there then and there. Okay. My next question is, how the human narrow-mindedness was encountered, that come across by the poet in the poem. So how this narrow-mindedness of the people came into the mind of the poet. The moment the jet went above 6 miles, the poet could understand that our earth is having more water than land. Then he reflected that people on earth are selfish and narrow, for they hate each other. They found the earth to be one, but not the people living on the earth, because they are divided for shallow regions from each other. Okay, so this is there. Question number 7. What is the effect of refrain, that means repetition of two lines in the stanza 1 and stanza 2? So by repeating the first line at the end of the stanza, the poet creates an effect. What kind of effect? When we read the poem, when we read the same lines at the starting and at the ending, we are reminded of the highest height of the jet. So by this lines at the beginning and at the end, and in between different lines are there. Why it is done? So that we should not forget the height of the plane. The most striking theme is the height at which the earth is looked at. Thus, by repeating the height of the jet, we are able to imagine the movement of the jet and the size of the earth at various levels. Okay, children, I expect that everybody would have understood the poem, and any kind of doubt, please to ask me. Your work is to write down the summary as well as the question answers in your notebook, and please show to me on my WhatsApp number. I just want to check whether you people are doing your work or not, and please go through the videos as well as the notes which I provide you. Okay, so do not skip your videos. For your short cut, no, you will be going through the document which I used to send. You read the document, but you must go through the videos also. Okay, my dear children. So bye bye, take care, and thank you so much, my dear children.